know.
Mm-hmm. You're having that dream where you made the white people riot, weren't you?
But I was telling the truth.
How many times have I told you you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth? You understand me? Shoot. Making white people riot. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to show you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop, bitch, you get in that kitchen. Let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's wop up. I know you know Ron.
Who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret. Make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trips to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up the commas, be honest, he seemed decent though.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good. His knees is kind of slow. I asked him why the struggle. He got stuck up for his bundle, but them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
At least he got a house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all, he right back in the hood. I see you try to play me, you gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't face me.
I guarantee that you won't regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying, I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And Your Honor, why you gave our homeboys life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's tripe, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. As Trayvon, Mike Brown, a Kai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando Olden, Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
So the Lord gonna deal with you for that shit. He mad. He mad as hell about that swag, man. You need to read that nigga some scriptures. Read him a few scriptures on the swine, nigga. They ain't gonna know it's unclean. You'll never do unclean. Why? No Christians allowed, man. No Christians allowed, man. Body don't die. Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me for my check, nigga. Then I break them laws, you know that's stabbing, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Hey, fucking with the prophets, you get less, nigga. In the belly of the beast, I am all about my butter. Got the jelly with the wheat. Niggas know it ain't sweet though. Like a piece of roll, you can feel the heat though. Young Dooley that'll cause me to ski though. I'm sliding on them cold as a Minnesota winter. I survive it on them like the Eskimos. Yes, you know the natives be the brothers. Shout out to the Haitians, we above them. Leave I be that nation, motherfucker. Every time I got them on, I got them hating, motherfucker. I don't put no products on. That's that devil wear. Every time you see me with that metal, boy, it's Everclear. Strong like electric chair. Niggas feeling fire. Niggas getting shot when I talk what they desire. And everything was prior. The prophecies is coming out. Them niggas get the running when them truckers get the drumming out. Screw why? Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me for my check, nigga. Then I break them laws, you know that's stabbing, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga.
I'm just trying to do what a motherfucking prophet do. Why you trying to stop it, dude? If this is not the truth, would I die for a lie? Hell nah, I never do. I'ma die for the truth. This is what I'm telling you. Hoping that your mind bulletproof for what they telling you. Hoping you ain't buying all the lies they been selling you. Never knew all the fucking fake shit they never do. Bet they run when the news come like the weapon do. We on the grind trying to help these Jews find their mind. They feel like Jews, but we still gon' shine. Our brothers gon' locked up. All they doing is time. I can't wait until the devil gotta pay for his crimes.
Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me for my check, nigga. Then I break them laws, you know that's stabbing, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga.
Perfect. I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Links to the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me.
No affiliation, why they faking? This ain't for debating. We the real, they really imitation. I be contemplating why this ain't no like heavy rotation on radio stations. I just pray the Lord give me patience, cause I'm running through these rappers like my name Walter Payton. Shitting on these rappers, 9 to 5 is my occupation. Bro, you come in with your best troops, you best bring more. Already told you I got the juice like Orenthal. Already know what I'm about to do, bet your men fall. Everyone know that we got the truth, all your men falls. So boss, overtaking our enemies. Moves calculated and orchestrated like symphonies. Smooth operated when breaking haters the misery. Top 5 list ain't shit unless you mention me. Yeah. That's why we don't associate. Fuck niggas make them more fuck niggas. Why they procreate? Why they overhate? Cause their time is short and a moment late. Let it culminate to they harder race and it palpitate. Coward perpetrate.
Test, 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 test. Clap it up. Let's clap it up. Clap it up. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. You understand? And we are finishing up the Feast of Purim, right? This is a memorial that was given to us by the Lord to keep. You understand? And it's very important that we keep these memorials. It's very important that we follow the Lord's law, statutes, commandments, and the things that he left behind for us, man. You understand? Because this memorial will allow us to remember the time that the Lord showed us mercy and brought us out of the land of our captives, where we were being destroyed, man. You understand? And so it's very important to know your history. You Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, y'all are the true Jews according to the Bible. That's right. You understand? You Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians who are being persecuted on the 4 corners of the earth, you are the true Jews according to the Bible. You understand? And the Lord is commanding you to follow the Lord, to follow these feast days, to follow to make sure that you remember these memorials, man. You understand? We're gonna go into Esther. We're gonna start up from the top until Commander General Yahanna come in. Commander General Yahanna is gonna come in and he's gonna finish up the rest of Esther. You understand? And we're gonna get it in, man. You understand? Y'all make sure y'all get relaxed. Everybody get some food. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we got some space and everything like that. All right. Let me get Colossians 2:8 real quick.
Come.
You understand? All of these holidays, you understand, they mean nothing. They mean nothing to the Lord, man.
That's right.
The only thing we got to do is follow what the Lord tells us to do, man. The Christian church has deceived Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians for centuries. Baba Kusha, I need that. I'm trying not to mix it up with this liquor, yeah. I mean, this wine. That's got my stomach hurting. You understand? The Lord gave us our own high holy days and feast days to adhere to. You understand? And that's why it's very, very important that we read the Bible and we get our understanding from Commander General Yahanna. There's no other group out here that can tell you or teach you the oracles of this Bible, or the mysteries of this Bible. You understand? That's why it's important to get it from the priests and prophets of the Lord. You understand? So let's go here. Let's go to Colossians 2:8 real quick.
Come. The book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
The Bible says beware. It's a warning. It's letting you know that there's going to be philosophy and vain deceit out here, and you're going to be captivated by it. You understand? What are some of those things? Christmas. You understand? Halloween, Easter. All of these things that mean nothing. All of these things that have origins. Come on, most high Christ. All of these holidays that have origins that are evil and demonic and disgusting, man, have some origins of sexual deviancies. You know what I'm saying? Or murder, or you know, whatever evil you can think of. You understand? So read it from the top again.
The book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
You gotta watch out for these Christian pastors out here, because they will spoil you with vain deceit and lies, man. They will tell you lies for nothing, for days. You understand? Y'all love that T.D. Jakes man out there. Y'all love that man out there. Y'all love Bishop Eddie Long. Y'all love Joel Osteen. Y'all love Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Oh, not Muhammad Ali. What's the other?
the other dude, Farrakhan. Y'all love the philosophy and the vain deceit from these pastors and these leaders, in this world, man. Read on.
After the tradition of men.
Don't follow the traditions of these men. Beware of the traditions of these men. The traditions of these men is to go and celebrate Christmas, man, which we know is a pagan holiday that comes from the origin stories of Nimrod and his mother. You understand? The same thing with Easter. Read on.
After the rudiments of the world.
After the rudiments of the world, right? It's telling you to beware of that. But how do you beware of that? How is it that you can, how is it you can stray away from that? The way you stay away from that is you get into the Bible, man. You get your understanding from Commander General Yahanna.
That's right.
You understand? You get your understanding from Commander General Yahanna in the Bible. And we're going to teach you about these feast days. We're going to teach you how to understand and read these scriptures so you'll know what your responsibility on this earth is as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man and woman. You understand? Any more on that?
Kawakan. And not after Christ.
And not after Christ. You understand? Because that's what's happening in this earth today. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are not doing the things that Christ would have us to do. They're doing the things that the traditions of men. But we got to strive to do what our King Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Christ, we got to strive to do what it is that he wants us to do.
That's right.
We got to strive to move like Christ. And we have the example right now. Commander General Yahanna is our example.
That's right.
He moves just like Christ. You understand? And he teaches us to move like Christ as well. How would Christ move? Well, Christ wouldn't be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
That's right.
You understand? Christ ain't eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Christ ain't getting drunk, becoming a drunkard and brawling. You understand? Christ ain't out there committing fornication, committing adultery. Christ ain't doing those things. You understand? We have to be more like Christ, man. Read on.
The book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 9. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily.
You said that was it on that. Let's get to Esther real quick. Start at the first chapter. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about Esther, man, because one thing, and this is such a good lesson for sisters as well, man, because Esther was such a beautiful and brave woman. I mean, that woman was an excellent woman because she knew how to obey orders and she obeyed God. She didn't just obey God, but she loved God with her entire heart, man. Why? The reason why we know she loved God is because she was willing to martyr from the Most High. She was willing to die for the Most High, man. You understand? She was willing to take whatever repercussions that it meant that she was going to have to take because of the fact to make sure that Israel was going to live.
Right.
Because there was a time where there was an evil man named Haman inside of this story, you understand, that wanted to destroy the Israelites off the earth, would have executed us and would have had us all wiped out. But it was because of the valiant and bravery of this woman that didn't happen. And of course, her cousin Mordecai. You understand? So let's get into it. Let's start from the top. Let's read. You understand? I'm gonna try to keep a good pace so y'all can follow along. Let's get it.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia.
To everybody online, shalom, Yahweh, Yahweh Shemala Tabashmi Ashah. All right, read it again. Go ahead.
Over 107 and 20 provinces.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2, that in those days, when the king of Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace.
Now this is talking about King Ahasuerus, man. King Ahasuerus was a king, right? So like it. 1 second. Let me get mine. All right. Set this right here. All right. In this time period, our people were under this king, man. You understand? Read on.
Come. Verse 3. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants.
Right.
The power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces, being before him.
This area, this location where it's talking about Persia, Media, all of this area right here is like where the land of Iran is right now. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, if you're officer in there. All right, keep reading.
Come. Verse 4. When he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty.
Because he was a very rich man, had a lot, man. You understand? Was showing off his riches out there. Read on.
Many days, even 180 days. Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan, the palace, both unto great and small. 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace. Verse 6.
So this man was throwing a big banquet, man, a big party, and invited everybody to come out, see his banquet, see his riches. You know what I'm saying? Man, showing off his, he was just that king. He was just really, a rich heathen. Read on.
Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen, and purple to silver rings, and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver, upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black.
Keep reading.
Marble. Verse 7. And they gave them drink in the vessels of gold. The vessels being diverse from one another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king. Verse 8. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had according to every man's pleasure.
Meaning, give them as much as they want. Give them as much alcohol that they want. Give them whatever pleasure they want. This is what this king was allowing to happen at this banquet. You understand? Just imagine a ridiculously expensive party. Imagine a P. Diddy party, Salagi. Without, well, we ain't gonna get into that. I don't want to go into conspiracies and stuff like that. But just imagine a big expensive party. That's what this was right here. You understand? And he wanted to make sure that his people was getting, that the officials was making sure everybody at this party was getting whatever pleasure and everything they wanted out of this. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Also Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the woman in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
So Vashti, his queen, also had a banquet going on for, all of the women as well. Go ahead.
Verse 10. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was married with wine, he commanded Meuman, Bazath, Harbonah, Bigath, and Abigatha, Zethar, and Carcass, the several chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king. Verse 11. To bring Vashti, it's like Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal.
So he sent his servants to go get his rib, his Queen Vashti, right? Read on.
To shew the people and the princes her beauty.
To show the people, the princes at this banquet, how beautiful this woman was. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why he called for him. He sent his servants to go call for her. Go ahead.
For she was fair to look on.
Now he trying to show off, like, what kind of man does that, man? I'm not finna parade my woman around here for everybody to see. You know, that's what he did, though. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted everybody to see his beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to parade her and show her off. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment.
But she refused to come at his commandment. She decided she wasn't going to listen to his command. Read on.
By his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
So he was angry at her. Keep going.
Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. And the next unto him was Karshena, Shethar,
mm-hmm.
Adma, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, and Mabacum, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and was set the first in the kingdom.
So this is like the king's, this is the king's advisor. These are the men who advise him on the law. You know what I'm saying? And he wanna go into the law and find out what he can do to Queen Vashti for not obeying his orders. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to them for advice on the law. Read on.
Verse 15. What shall we do unto the Queen Vashti according to law?
Mm-hmm.
Because she have not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains.
So he's asking them what penalty we can put on this woman for not doing what I told her to do. Read on.
Verse 16. And Mabcum answered before the king and the princes,
mm-hmm.
Vashti, the queen, have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people.
Yeah, man, let's get back to it. Read that from the top.
Khan. The book of Esther, chapter 1, for the king and the princes. Vashti, the queen, have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
What did Makan say? Read again. Read what Makan said again.
Answer before the king and the princes. Vashti, the queen, have not done wrong to the king only.
So she not only offended you and did wrong to you, read on,
but also to all the people.
And to all the people, read.
That are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
Right.
Verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad into all women.
What is he saying? What is he saying right here? Go ahead.
So that
hold on. This brother right here.
What he's saying is that all women of the kingdom are going to hear about it.
They're gonna hear about it. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna emulate it. Give them a hand. You understand? Like he just want to make sure, they letting them know, like, this is going, everybody, when these women find out that she defined her husband, these women inside in the city, they gonna start to find their husbands, and then it's gonna fall apart in that household, man. You understand? Read on.
So that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported the king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti, the queen, to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Because that's what the report is going to be. Everybody's going to hear about it. It's going to be talks. It's going to be gossip. Girl, did you hear Queen Vashti? She don't listen to her husband. I ain't listening to my husband either. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what he's trying to advise the king on as to what can happen. So this offense is not only your offense, King Ahasuerus. This offense is everybody's offense now. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Likewise, and to all the king's princes, which have heard of all the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
It's gonna be a lot of fighting and arguing in that household. It's gonna be a lot of wrath in that household because that woman is gonna feel like she can do whatever she wants, say whatever she wants. Why? Because Queen Vashti. Well, this is not different from any time you've heard any examples that you see on TV right now. You know, when you see some sisters addressing and doing the things that they doing on TV, and you tell your woman, I don't want you to do that, but she might want to do it anyway because it's the popular thing that she sees going on. She might feel like she can get away with it. Why? Because her husband lets her do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 19. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no before the king Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
So now this advisor said you should banish her and give her royal estate to somebody else who's worthy. You understand? We should make a law that banishes this woman. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small.
So now what would happen if we make a punishment for Queen Vashti? What will happen with the women in the provinces? They'll start to respect their husbands. They'll respect their husbands because they're going to hear that, okay, yeah, Queen Vashti, she decided she was going to be disobedient, but wait a minute, she got banished for it. You know, she got punished for that. You know what I'm saying? So now these sisters going to be thinking in their mind, or these women are going to be thinking in their mind in the provinces, it ain't worth it. I ain't going to get in trouble for that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the saying pleased the king and the princes. And the king did according to the word of Memucan. Verse 22. For he said province according to the writing thereof.
That's right.
It's the every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house.
Damn right.
And that it should be published according to the language of every people.
And that was the new law that his advisors had him to go ahead and enter into the law, man. Next, go to the next verse.
Come. The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her.
So now after his anger had subsided, and he just decided he wasn't angry about what Vashti did anymore, he remembered Vashti's situation, and then he read on again. Read that again.
And what she had done and what was decreed against her.
Right. So he remembered what she done and the punishment that they had put in place for what she did. Read on.
Come. Verse 2. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgin sought for the king.
So now, what they're going to do is they're going to search. The king wants to for his nobles and for his servants to go out and find young virgins. Go ahead, because we're about to get into Esther soon. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins in Shushan, the palace, to the house of the woman, and to the custody of the hedge, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the woman, and let their things for purification be given them. Verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti.
So now this king is having to put out a decree to go out and get all of the beautiful virgin women, all in the provinces, and bring those women to him so they can be purified and see which one could stand in the place of Queen Vashti. All right, go ahead.
And the king, and the thing pleased the king.
And that thing pleased the king. Go ahead.
And he did so. Verse 5. Now Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name
you just ought to send trembles down your spine right here, because this was a bad brother right here. You understand? This was a bad brother, because if it wasn't for the guidance of this brother for that sister, we would not be here today. You understand? This brother made an excellent commitment to the Lord by guiding and counseling this sister who had became the queen over this land with this heathen. Right? Read on.
The son of Jair, the son of Shammai, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
He was a Benjamite, right? Read.
Verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jeconiah, the king of Judah, who Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
Right.
Verse 7. And he brought a Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
So this is Mordecai's cousin, right? This is Mordecai's cousin. Esther is Mordecai's cousin, and Mordecai took her in because of her father's and mother's death and raised her just like his own daughter. All right, beautiful young sister. You know what I'm saying? If you want to think about how we would see Esther today, she would be like the most beautiful sister you could think of today. I ain't gonna even name no names because I know y'all got y'all, y'all got y'all picks and stuff. We ain't about to have that argument. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8. So it came to pass when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together in Shushan, the palace, to the custody of Guy, that Esther was brought also into the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, the keeper of the woman. Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him.
And the maiden pleased Haggai. Haggai was the keeper of all of the women that were supposed to be brought to King Ahasuerus, right? But she was the most impressive out of all of them. Now we talking about a Israelite sister, man.
Right.
An Israelite sister that lived inside of a land where there was heathens everywhere. And out of all of the people on the earth, she was the most beautiful one there. You understand? She was impressed. She was impressive to her God. Right? Keep going.
Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him.
And she obtained kindness of him. She's so beautiful. She obtained kindness. Right? Keep going.
And he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maidens unto the best place of the house of the woman.
You understand? She was so beautiful and so bad. You know what I'm saying? They rushed her through that process. They got her, they got her all of the best oils. They got her the ornaments, and they put her in the best place in the house. They took care of that woman. You understand? They took care of her, and they loved. They was extremely kind unto her. Compared to all of the other sisters, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 10. Esther had not shewed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she would not shew it.
Which says what? Which says that Esther knew how to follow orders, man.
Right.
She know how to follow instruction because she didn't tell nobody else what she was doing. Mordecai told her not to, but she had somebody who was over her. You understand? That told her what to do and how to conduct herself. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was brought to this palace and is going to potentially become this king's wife, she still knew who to report to at the end of the day. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the woman's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her.
And Mordecai walked every day to that palace to see what was going on with her. He checked up on his cousin who he raised as a daughter. Yeah, he checked up on that woman. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was to come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the woman. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the woman. Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king, whatsoever she desired was given her to go into the king's house.
So now it was time for them to go to the king's house to be presented before the king, right? Keep going.
Verse 14. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned to the second house of the woman, to the custody of Shagaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubine. She came in unto him, the king, no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name.
Read it one more time. Select from the top.
Come. The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 14. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the woman, to the custody of Shagaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubines.
Right.
She came in unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her.
The king already knew what he wanted. King already knew what he wanted. He delighted in her. Like, once again, she was oppressive. She was beautiful. Esther was a dime piece, man. You understand? She was beautiful. Keep going.
And that she were called by name. Verse 15. Now, when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was to come to go in unto the king. She required nothing but what Haggai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the woman, appointed. And Esther attained favor in the sight of all of them that looked upon her.
Once again, beautiful woman obtained sight and favor, was already loved by everybody, and especially everybody inside the king's palace, right? Because of her beauty. She was just beautiful to be gaze upon, man. Keep going.
Verse 16. So Esther was taken unto a king Ahasuerus into his house royal in the 10th month, which is the month of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. Verse 17. And the king loved Esther.
And the king loved Esther. Keep going.
Above all the women.
Above all of those women. Esther was loved. Above all of those women. Read on.
And she attained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins.
She obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins that was brought unto him, man. Right?
On her head.
And when he made her the queen, you understand? Made her his queen. Keep going.
And made her queen instead of Vashti. Verse 18. Then the king made a great feast unto all his princes and his servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a relief to the provinces and gave gifts according to the state of the king.
Keep going.
Verse 19. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Verse 20.
So, in other words, he became like an official. He sat at the king's gate. He became like an official or a guard at the king's palace. Right? He was given a job. He was given a duty. Right? Read on.
Verse 20. Esther had not yet shewed her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai.
She did the commandment of Mordecai, which she should have, because Mordecai was her Lord, man. Mordecai was the man who represented her, man. You understand? Keep going.
Like as when she was brought up with him.
Just like she obeyed him like a father. You know what I'm saying? And he was a wise man, and he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And they were in captivity under this time. So he knew that Mordecai knew that there would be a great benefit of having this sister being married to the king who had our people in captivity, man.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlain, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay hand on the king of Ahasuerus. Verse 22. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther, the queen.
Salaki, go back, read that from the top one more time. Salaki.
The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther, the queen.
I'm sorry, go back to 21.
The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay hand on the king of Assuerus.
They was planning on killing Assuerus, man. And Mordecai overheard them planning to make an assassination attempt on King Assuerus. Right? Read on.
Verse 22. And the thing was known to Mordecai.
Mordecai heard it. Read on.
Who told it unto Esther, the queen.
And he told Esther, right? He said, he let them know, yo, these men sitting back here, they talking, plotting on killing you. You know what I'm saying? Well, Mordecai told me they talking about killing you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name. Verse 23. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found on a tree. And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
These men was put to death. They was put to death, and this solidified Mordecai's loyalty to the king because he stopped an assassination attempt. And it was because he informed Queen, you understand, Queen Esther, and let her know, you know what I'm saying, that she was able to go and report that, and it stopped them from being killed. So they put them in the death. And that brought Mordecai even much more closer to the king, which would benefit us later on in this situation. Right? Read on.
The book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. After these things, did King Assuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
So now he appointed a second-hand man, and this was Haman. And anybody know Haman? Haman was an evil bastard, man. Haman wanted the destruction of the Jews. If he had it his way, we're going to get all the way into it, but if he had it his way, there wouldn't be no us today, man. You understand? Because he tried to get rid of us. He tried to actually get rid of us for his hatred of Mordecai, man. You understand? And Haman was one of them small hats. You would call them today, one of them small hats. You understand? Them what is it called? The Jewish people. The exact damn right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman. For the king has so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not.
But Mordecai refused not to do it, which was so righteous that he didn't do it. Why? Because in our law, we don't bow to nobody but God, man. We don't bow to no goddamn man. Give that a hand. You know what I'm saying? Read that again. That was so heavy.
Khan. The book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman. For the king has so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Verse 3. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou?
So they asking him, they asking Salakia, they ask, I'm sorry, read that. Go ahead and finish that off.
Why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
Yeah, so now he asking, like, why you not doing what everybody else doing. The king put out a decree that we had to bow when we see Haman come through these streets. Why you ain't bowing? Right? That's what they asking Mordecai. Go ahead.
The book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 4. Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a...
We just answered that earlier. Why did he tell them the reason why I'm not doing it is because I'm a Jew? Why did he say that? Any brother or sister can answer that. Any brother or sister, why did he say that? Go ahead, Art. There, you give him a hand. Because the Jews don't bow down to men, man. We bow down to the Most High.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Damn right.
Once we came into the truth, we knew not to pledge allegiance, not to stand for the flag. We didn't do that. And you know all the persecution you did today. I had to battle my whole school over that.
Damn right.
Damn near started to fail.
Damn right.
I would not stand up in the moment. Run down. So, and we face no persecution for standing for the Lord because we are Jews, just like Mordecai. You took a whole knee. You went against the king group. In America, you got to stand on that when they say that pledge allegiance, what is it they say? The national anthem, right? You got to stand for that. Take your hat off, put your hand over your heart. Colin Kaepernick took a knee and made other blacks, particularly Spanish, take a knee during that damn national anthem. Even some of our enemies took knee, but of course, it is like the difference. But also, they found somebody that could put witchcraft amongst the Jews and speak elegantly and convince us not to go against the king. That was Jay-Z in this time. You know what I'm saying? But there were other people in the past, the same thing Mordecai went through, and we're going through. We live in it in some way right now. We in these times of Mordecai and Purim. We still in the same time. People fighting against us, want to spread the word. Let's get rid of these people. They ain't following the things that we do. They ain't following our customs. Let's get rid of them. Let's enact laws to bring them down and put them behind cages. Let's enact laws to unalive them and get rid of them. We live in it today, man. The Bible is real. And this is the only real thing in my life since I've been commanded during Yahanna. I saw the pages come to life. You understand? And so we can go out slack.
Hey, no time press. And if I could, first of all, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Give the Most High Christ a hand on everything we do. Our Holy King has strengthened us and got us on track. Is Muhammad here? Okay. Got us on track. That man you just finished listening to was one of only 2 men that had the strength at that time to stand up against the lies that was being told and to simply ask the question whether or not it was true or not. That man right there is as responsible as I am and as General Muhammad is for this truth being able to be continued along with the other generals who met with us in D.C., General Shalmar, General Kabbalah, General Kathum Gabar. Did I miss somebody? I think that's right. Who also stood up with us. I'm getting old, man. I've been saying y'all names for 20 years. Starting to forget them now. No. Like who have stood with us for all these years to carry forth this truth. And it has been an amazing journey, an amazing ride. The water, General Mayak, man, you put it every bit of it on the line, man. Man, right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go on all night just on Mayak. I could do a class. I'm gonna start doing classes on y'all. Man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank everybody who came out. We're gonna pick up for those of you that may not know. Will you read now? You got it? Beautiful. Okay. We're gonna pick up from the 5th chapter of Esther and carry it on out. We're gonna run for about an hour and get into it a little bit, man, on amazing event that took place, and it is the reason we're here together now. It's the reason we still have this struggle in us. Once again, if you ever wanted to have something to motivate you to do the Lord's will or to be strong in these tough times, you got it. Because these scriptures are filled with secrets. Secrets that the Lord only reveals to the prophets. And that's why they're only coming out through us now in the work of the Most High. This sister here was an amazing sister. She was unlike what you see on Instagram and YouTube and social media in general today. She was phenomenal in what she did. So let's get it in. We're going to bump it up to the 5th chapter out. Starting at the 1st verse.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 1.
Any other questions before I go on? Anything I left out? Anybody? All right, let's go.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 1. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel.
got something on them.
Come.
Like Haman is in charge of everything, but because of one man would not bow, that it's too much for him.
Bring your chair up here, my guy. I see red.
I've been sick for 2 weeks. Zaryak had to stop me on something. They done brought this out to pass how our enemies, these heathen, it's never enough for them. You can't give them enough loyalty. You can't give them enough love. Our people done bled in their wars, like Hyman brought out, died, saluted their flag for centuries, and they still hate us. Why? What the hell we do? You know what I'm saying? We don't deserve their hate, but it's biblical. Everybody, the empires is bowing to him under the king's orders, but this one brother doesn't bow, and he wants the whole race to die, man. They are sore losers, man. It's just incredible to me.
You know, winners too.
They
win it, be mad. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go.
Khan. The book Esther, the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight, and the king held out to Esther the golden scepter.
And tell, just reading the story, that the Lord put the spirit on Esther to just captivate this dude, which a heathen ain't never on the level of our sisters. It's just we were in captivity. So the Lord put her in place right there to deliver this nation when the time came. And it shows you how easily we could have lost everything we had. You understand? Jump in there anytime you're ready, John. Go ahead, please.
Head out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter.
Verse. He put the scepter out like that there. That's what he would do. And then you touch the top of the scepter, like recognizing him as the king. And then you can come and deal with him. They had all these type of rituals to try to keep them heathens in line. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request?
Go ahead.
It shall be even given thee to half of the kingdom.
Right. He said, I'll give you whatever you want, Esther. I'll give it to you. Even up to half the kingdom. Go ahead, Q.
Sheba didn't have nothing on Queen Esther.
Exactly. They pumped her up like she was something amazing. Right. Exactly. And had the nerve to boast themselves and act like he gave her the thing. When she was up there to see what real power was. Like this sister right here could wield some power for with the hand of the Lord. And this is a lesson. Let me tell you something. This is a lesson for all sisters and brothers. That our fight for our morality is at hand. Could we get this brother a couple of chairs? Hey, how you doing there, Warren? Shalom, brother. Good to see you, man.
Get some more chairs.
Let's get some chairs. Can we get some chairs for the brother? Yes, sir. You coming? Okay. 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 Yes. Yeah, somebody give him some water. Cat. Water. Sorry, yeah. Get all these seats up here, man. And the sisters need some seats. Get them all them seats. We got to get y'all more chairs. North Carolina. It's a beautiful school in here, man. They give it up to Captain Isaiah and Officer Lahar. Give it up for them, man. And all you brothers up there in North Carolina, man. Getting it on. All right, let's keep going. We don't drag too long. Let's ride.
Come. The book Esther, chapter 5, verse 3. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther, and what is thy request? It shall be even given given thee to half of the kingdom.
The Lord knew ahead of time this was a dude, man, that loved a beautiful woman. So the Lord put a woman on him so beautiful, brother, that he was ready to give up half that kingdom to her. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
And Israel's always been cunning. She could have just told him right there. But she said, nah, if it please the king, I'm going to make a banquet for you. And just you and Haman come. Just y'all come. We just going to get together. And he loving it. Like, oh, man, I'm going to hang with Esther now. We gonna have a good time.
Right.
But she putting the plot in on him. The plot to save the nation. Today, this beast done turned our sisters in the spirit to plot against you. Now you the paycheck. You the one she plotting on against. Because their mind been jammed up by Esau. Go ahead.
What's the proof of that? And what's the reason why? How can he get our sisters to turn against us? That bad. They call it the bad. They think if they turn against us and please daddy, our slave master, they get that bag. But then daddy always showed them at the end, you ain't getting but a penny. Look at Taraji P. Henson. Look at all the entertainers, man. They know that the small hats ain't giving them but a drop of what they got, man. And then they find, then they live in the truth, and now they in it. So they say, I guess I just got to keep doing it, like Steve Harvey. I guess we just got to keep kissing the ring. I guess we got to keep doing it, and Oprah and all that. Now we fighting amongst each other to get the penny that he dropped at us. They the real puppet masters, man. So, you know, our sisters, that's why they giving up all their spirit for money. Right. And the love of money is the root of all evil. The proof is look at our people today. So, like you said.
No, that was dead on right, Maya. Like, we should look at our game as a tool to fight the enemy. Remember now, this woman got a mansion, wealth. She ain't broke. She up there near the king. She got her own mansion. She got Vashti's mansion, which the Patazar was bringing out earlier. That she got Vashti's kingdom. I mean, Vashti's a mansion and her wealth and her jewels. But what is she doing? She's plotting for her people. That's why we always telling them entertainers, if you getting money from them, why are you such a slave to them? Like, getting the money's supposed to make you plot harder against them. Black entertainers should have been building black theaters. It should be a black theater network in every major city. Everybody knows me is in there, an independent black-owned movie theater in every major city in America. So that when those type of movies come out, we put them in all our theaters, and who cares what the small hat say? Where's all the black, and they got the paper. The paper is not even an issue. Where's the network of black playhouses. I can't wait to see that again. There used to be a time when black people had their own playhouses, and they would put on plays and performances that would influence us in our struggle. They stealing all the black independent radio stations, and we giving them up. We should be warring for all of ours. We gave up the Negro Leagues.
Right.
Mistake. We gave up our boycotts on the buses. Instead of making a bus company, we went and gave it up. Mistake. Gave up all our music. You heard Benzino, what's his name? Benzino fall on his sword the other night on Drink Champ. He fell on, what they call it, what they call that when they put the blade in and cut you? Harry Carey, right? He put the Harry Carey on his ass. Chopped his own gut out. Spiritually. Which was sad to do. That's why the Lord needs men that really, truly have faith in the Most High. And faith don't mean you sit around. Faith without works is dead. Faith means you get to work and make something happen for this nation to go forward. Well, this sister here, this is the year, I'm telling you. Sister's going to do amazing things to crush that demon on them sisters out there. Go ahead, General.
And what's their excuse, General? Why they ain't home with their kids because they trying to become a star. They trying to get this bag. And what they tell their friends and family and the ones they love, they say, I'm doing this because I'm going to bring it back home. I'm doing this to have a better life for the whole family. A lot of them even say I'm doing this to bring it back to the hood. But that second part never comes. It never comes because, why? The small hat knew your intentions. They know you trying to come up in them contracts, boy. They got things in a position to control what you didn't produce. You know what I'm saying? To come back to the hood. That's right.
No, you're right. And if you don't have yours, then you got nothing. You understand? And you're going to get more by not going with it. We done open up schools all over the place. This is my first time in this school. My first time in this. How long y'all had this school? Damn right. How long we had this school?
A couple years, sir.
Huh? No, a few years. This is my first time stepping in this school. 3 years. My first time I'm stepping in it. It was my first time stepping in one in South Carolina. Like, that's how we rolling because we doing it ourselves. And imagine what's going to happen coming in the near future, man. You know what I'm saying? This going to be your bodega. This going to be your courthouse. This going to be your marriage council house. This going to be your business center. And above all, this going to be the place where you learn everything about the Most High and Christ. Right here in these buildings that we building right here. They look small now, but in a minute, you're going to have to get a ticket outside, down at the corner. Well, you try to go, you got to get a ticket, man. You got to go down the corner and see that brother down there. That brother got that red scarf on. See him down there. No, the one all the way down there. Go see him. That's how it's going to be. And I pray I can't wait for it because this is the time that it should happen. Like we deserve to be delivered from slavery. We served this bastard on every level that he could ask us to do. We served him, built his empire, made it the greatest empire in the world. And we still got to give it. We still got to grovel, and we got to be thankful for every quarter and dime we get. When we serve, our great grandfathers and grandmothers served this place for absolutely nothing. All across this United States and the Caribbean and Central and South America, and we still got to grovel. You understand? Now is the time that we should begin to be. Let's keep going.
Come. The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 5. Then the king said, "Cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther have said."
Right. He told, hurry up, because I want to go see Esther. Tell Haman to hurry up. Get ready. We're going to a banquet. Just the three of us. Go ahead, Op.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. Verse 6. And the king said unto Esther, at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition?
He's still trying to figure it out. What you want, girl? What you want? I give you whatever you want. Up to half this kingdom, just tell me what you want. He the king. He got to give her nothing. But that's how impressive she was. That's how powerful a righteous sister is. It's beyond just a long skirt on. A sister in the right spirit could move the world. Scriptures tell you that even in the New Testament. Muhammad pull it all the time, right? That one where it say, you quote it for me if you don't mind, General. The husbands will be won by the wives. That means a woman's conversation can do major movement in the earth, which is also why the water, General, which is also why Esau is trying so hard to get our wives to become like an animal, to prey on you, to become unruly, to speak. Every sister from young should be being taught how to speak, how not to put that spirit out. Men been crying about it for the last 5 decades. That woman mouth, that woman mouth. Let's teach her how not to have that mouth. And we'll do something amazing, man, in this kingdom. We'll do something amazing. Just like that heathen fell down, brothers will fall down and hear the words of sister. A lot of you, I don't know, most of you know the sister, and she's a Muslim, okay? Shahrazad Ali. Y'all heard of her, right? But now y'all wasn't around, most of you wasn't around when she came out with that book. Now, it's flaws in the book, okay? You only could get it from the scriptures right. But she came out with that book, brother, back in the day. I remember when the day she came out with it, the world went left field. She put that book out. Oprah was in there like she wanted to slay her. She was on Oprah like, what? And because in the book, she was laying it out in the way that she could. And she caught nothing but backlash from it. And then it caught on. Here was the killer. There were so many sisters who really wanted to, they didn't want this conflict with their man. They wanted to get on the right page. So they started breaking away from the traditional ways that people operate here today. And guess what? Esau took her off of every airway, every TV show, everything. He canceled all of it. He shut her all the way down because sisters was beginning to try to fix themselves and get right. The whole attitude that our sisters got is fake. It's created by whores that they put on TV and make rich, who make songs telling you to do the most horrible things you ever could think of. That's made up. That ain't real life. That's made up life. So when the sisters learn how real life works, they get an amazing families. And I know brothers is, I keeps the back for brother. You just gotta report him. We'll get him right. So let's keep going.
Come.
Please.
The book of Esther, chapter 5. What is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even the half of the kingdom, it shall be performed. Verse 7. Then answered Esther and said, my petition and my request is, verse 8, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them.
Go ahead.
I will do tomorrow as the king has said. Verse 9. Then went Haman forth that day, joyful and with glad heart. When Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai.
He put so much pressure on Mordecai, man, to get Mordecai to bow to him. He having parties and enjoying himself, and he's still mad that Haman won't bow down to him, when he see him in the gate. That Mordecai won't humble himself, and these heathen think exactly the same.
Right.
These Edomites think this way. All these tribes think this way. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself. And when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zeresh his wife. Verse 11. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children, and all the things wherein the king had promoted him.
Right. He was sitting up there talking about, I got children, I got family. I'm the bomb. This is a heathen. Go ahead. But what was really on his mind? Go ahead.
And how he had advanced him above the prince.
Some provinces out. And he must have been, this cat must have been so wealthy and so powerful in that empire. He's sitting up there in splendor. Go ahead.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 12. Haman said, moreover, Esther, the queen, did let no man come in with the king until the banquet that she had prepared but myself.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to even go to the banquet. And ain't nobody could come to the banquet. And that's us when we get out. You ever see them brothers be on them different videos and they be talking about what they got? Yeah, man, though, y'all don't know nothing about this. Y'all don't know about this. Why? Y'all don't. When you hear that, that's the same demon on him. That's the same demon that's on him. You understand? Like, that's the same carnal demon that will destroy you if you're not careful. Go ahead.
Come.
It fits on a heathen. It doesn't fit on us. Go ahead.
And tomorrow.
I done heard many Israelites say in the entertainment world, some of you niggas ain't never seen $1 million. You ain't never seen $1 million. I know y'all done heard that, right? That's that demon there amongst us. It don't fit. It's like,
no, you're right. That's that same demon. When we should be seeking is Christ's kingdom. Why? Because Christ is going to have the power to raise the dead.
That's right.
That's a kingdom. You want a kingdom with some power. Christ is going to have a kingdom that will never, ever, ever, ever have another nation come up against that kingdom ever again. In Christ's kingdom, brother, nobody shall rise against the Lord's chosen at all. Give me some more.
Come. And tomorrow am I invited. It's like invited enter also with the king.
He all up in his splendor, thinking he's great. Meanwhile, the Most High is about to use this woman to do him in and to stop these heathens from the evil that they bring forth. The power of a righteous sister. And let me tell you something, man. All them sisters, man, in them agencies, you know how much seats sisters got? You been to Washington, D.C., man? Black women run the infrastructure of Washington, D.C. Black caucus. Them sisters running them places, huh? Okay? They running them places. They up there with the governors and the mayors and all the powerful seats. And then the minute you come to the window, know, but DMV trying to just get a driver's license. What? Yeah, what? No, you ain't. What? You got to fill this paper out. And giving you a demon. When it ain't even necessary. You can't get any compassion for what you go through. Well, this sister right here, had compassion on her brothers and sisters like you ain't never seen before. She gambled her entire wealth, her position next to the king, which was totally, she could have lost everything. She gambled it all to deliver us.
That's right.
We raise up sisters and daughters like that in the UPK, and we're going to be something to see. We're going to be something amazing. They can talk all that philosophical bullshit they want. Excuse my French. We got the kids in. They can talk that bull all they want. God's word, is way better. Way better, way more informative, way stronger, way more in the spirit, and will do more by the power in the hand of the Lord than you could ever do in a carnal world. This what you watching is the Lord work. The Lord is amazing. This story we reading, whether you know it or not, the Lord is showing you what's going on in the front office, and he's showing you what's going on in the fourth dimension in the back office. He's showing you both sides of the coin at the same time. So you know what you see the story, but he also showing you this what he's doing in the back. And brother, it's supposed to give you faith. It's supposed to make you strong, sister. It's supposed to make you remember this so that the next time you in the crossroad, the next time you in that situation where that boss is trying to put pressure on you to do something evil to somebody on that slavery, you're supposed to think about it then and say, you know what? Esther wouldn't have done this. Sarah wouldn't have done this. I'm not going to do it either. And you'll be strong with the Most High, and you'll change something. And brother, we start a wave of that. Our sisters, let me tell you something. Our sisters that's out there destroyed with, they looking for us to change it. And they looking for sisters to show them the example. And we gonna do it too. Go ahead, Salah.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 13. Yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate.
All my riches, all my family, all my money, it don't do me nothing. As long as I see this nigga at the gate, not willing to bow. That's how heathens think. That's how a demon from Satan will try to make you be against your own brothers and against your own sisters. And they win in the war. Brothers hating brothers over nothing. Sisters what's going on in this sanctuary, there'd be nothing, and I mean nothing, built to fight against the forces that's turning us one against each other and destroying us as a people. There'd be no force. When you come in this room and shut that door, this a different world. What's going on in here is what you see in the back office in the story.
That's right.
That's what's happening in here. That's just the back office right here.
Right.
What's happening out there, that's the front office. Read.
The book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 14. Then said Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends unto him, let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged.
Right. Go up in there, man, and get that straight. Go up in there and set up them gallows, man. And when you go up in there and it's just you and the king and the queen, make sure you tell the king, let me go on and kill Mordecai and get rid of him. Get him out the way. And that same plot took place with John the Baptist. That same plot took place with the queen of Egypt with Joseph. That same plot took place many times. Many times you've been in the crossroad whether to make a righteous decision or to make an evil decision. And the pressure was on. And at that time, you got to make that right decision, especially now. We've been under a lot of grace. But we coming closer and closer to this end. Now's the time, man, to make ourselves white as snow. In righteousness is what I mean. Let's read.
Khan.
Anytime you ready, Jim. Go ahead.
Salaki. And tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go thou and merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. The book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 1. On that night could not the king sleep. And he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles.
That was the Lord. That was the back office. The back office, the Most High was giving him a conscience. He couldn't sleep. He said, man, bring me the records. There's got to be something wrong going on here, man. What am I missing? Bring me the records on what's happening in the kingdom and what took place. And he started reading the records. That's why they kept them records. Records is so they can run their kingdom. They can have records on what happened, what took place, who they fought, who their enemies were, who did them favors, who was on their side. And he started going through the records, checking. Go ahead.
And they were read before the king. Verse 2. It was found written that Mordecai had told Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay a hand on the king Ahasuerus. Verse,
meaning they were going to kill this king. Y'all read it yesterday. Where they were going to come together and kill this king. The same king that Esther was married to. Go ahead, General.
This ain't the Chronicles of Israel. This is his records and what happens in his kingdom, right? Yes. And they just happen to go over the latest things when Mordecai saved his life. Correct? Okay, no, sir.
In other words, he going through the records, and in them records, he see, oh man, this is the guy that reported these two guys that was plotting to kill me. And him trying to run his kingdom. So as he trying to run his kingdom, he trying to make right decisions. And that's why he can't sleep at night. The Lord troubling him because the Lord want him to make a right decision. So he get troubled at night. So now he get up and say, bring me the royal records, man. Let me see what's been going on. What am I missing? Why I can't get no sleep? It happens to y'all many times. You can't get no sleep, something bothering you. Let me go look at your records, them scripts. Y'all be on them scripts late night, down in the basement. You're like, what you doing? I'm just checking on something. You going through them scripts, trying to figure out what's going on. That's your records. You the royalty that checks your records. Well, he was doing the same thing in his kingdom, which was the Lord troubling him. Salah.
He didn't want to lose half that kingdom. He was trying to make sure he had all his bases covered.
I mean, I can't say that. He told her and he would have gave it to her. The Lord put the spirit on him to make him crazy about her. But the Lord also troubled him that night. You know what I'm saying? It, made him wonder what am I missing? This happens to every man. Every man, when you got a perplexing situation come, you sit down and try to think about what did I miss? What went wrong? Let me go back over my steps. What's my history in this situation? Every man does it, but the Lord is in it, making him not even be able to sleep in it. So he's stirring his soul up like. And so as he's going through, because he want him to go read this record. The Lord want him to go and find this record so he can make the right judgment. Go ahead. So I know what you're saying, Q. He didn't want Q thought it was ridiculous. He give up half that kingdom. I see. He's like, go ahead.
The book of Esther.
But listen, I'm gonna hit you with something. Many men have given up half all they had to a woman, both poor and rich. You get the right thing put on you. You giving up half or all. What? You checking, brother. Your wife just slapped the cat upside his head. Brother, y'all brothers got to be nice to the sisters. See, that's the problem. We got too much rebellion in there. Like, tons of y'all have swayed judgment based on, you know what I'm saying? The power, the scriptures say, y'all know the scriptures. The scriptures say there's nothing more powerful than a woman save the truth. So make no mistake, you gonna give up whatever to get that righteous sister. You know what I mean? Especially when you know what that righteous sister is. What's happening in this kingdom now, just to give you an insight. This kingdom is teaching everybody that the greatest sister to have is a whore. So what's happening is brothers is striving to become wealthy so that they can buy this whore. They can get this Instagram girl because that's what you're being taught. The human nature is still the same. The only difference is you just don't know the dynamics of what woman to go get because you're being taught wrong, which is why we're here. That's why we all here. We all here to teach our brothers and sisters what is a good woman, what is a righteous sister, what is a valuable sister, what does make her above rubies. Like you, that's why we here. And as we begin to learn it, we then start to pick a different kind of woman. But either way, on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, the right woman, it'll only be the Lord that deliver you from it. You know what I'm saying? I just watched a Instagram video, blew me away. This brother had a child. The child had heart surgery, and he was about to have heart surgery, and he was trying to save up the money. Some of y'all might have even seen it. He was trying to save up the money for the heart surgery. He come home one day and check his bank account, and his bank account is empty. And he checked where the money went, and his woman went and bought Beyonce tickets. He turned the video on and been like, "What the hell did you do? My child had to get Beyonce. My child had heart surgery. You went out and bought Beyonce tickets." And you should have heard her response. It was like, all this arguing, I don't want to even hear all that. I've been telling you to get me them Beyonce tickets. She did not care that his kid had open heart surgery. She was like, I don't want to even hear all that. Blah, 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 blah. She was giving him the business. Because why? He valued a whore. Because the world taught him to love a whore. So he went out and got a whore. What do you think all the fingernail and the fake eyelashes and all the attitude is part of it too. The attitude, the mouth, all of that is created for you to believe that's a valuable woman. That's what it's created for. It's created to brainwash you and sisters and our daughters. But there's another kind of woman that comes from the Most High that's just as powerful. In fact, more powerful. One powerful enough to make a king give up half his kingdom. But the problem is this world don't know it yet. And when it does know it, these sisters that coming in here are going to be so valuable that the world going to be chasing them down like the Edomites was in the past. You understand? Now he look at her like a whore. But in the past, before Esau really got to twist her up like he did in the 60s, these Edomites was constantly trying to rape these sisters and attack these sisters and abuse these sisters. You understand? That's how some of them gangs in LA got started. Because sisters was getting attacked by Edomites, and they had to now, mount up to make sure that they could push these Edomites back for what they was doing, because at that time Esau saw them sisters real valuable. Well, here's the thing. That could be brought back into the earth. And once again, all righteousness got to do is fight. And wickedness will fall. If you're willing to fight, wickedness will fall. But if you're not willing to fight, Satan uses fear to make you not fight for righteousness. It's a fear tactic. He don't even have to touch you if he can put enough fear in you that he will touch you. You'll fold and let him bring all the evil in. You'll get off the corner because all he got to do is threaten your job. You'll get off the corner because all he got to do is make your mama and daddy mad with you for not going to church no more. You don't got to actually do nothing. All he got to do is make you scared enough and make you back up off of what you know to be right. That's what was happening to Mordecai. Mordecai sitting in the gate still ain't bowing to this nigga, man. That's a bad nigga, man. Esther got the mansion. He about to get Esther knocked off. Esther sitting in the mansion, gold, diamonds, riches. He about to get her killed. Everybody else killed. You know he was catching flat. He's still in the goddamn gate. Ain't bowed down to this nigga yet. Making the demon on this cat, because it's a demon that want you to bow down. Right. Making the demon on this cat so mad that he willing to chance all his position and everything just to destroy this brother. And brother, that's how you got to resist. That's why them boot kisses, get your boot kiss. Get your boot kiss. Come on, you know.
All them niggas.
Let them lather up their tongue.
You know what I'm saying? They should scuff your boot before they kiss it. Make it shiny, then kiss it. And everybody who's saying, man, what y'all say gonna make them people mad, man. What y'all say gonna do this. The way y'all come. Y'all got to change how you come. You got to tone it down. All that mess, because we make the Romans angry, makes people think that what we do ain't gonna work. But time and time again, the Lord show you it works. So that's right.
Right. And listen, and they so mad that you get a volunteer boot kiss. Like you ain't forcing nobody, but the sheer fact that you take a kingdom and take the Edomite and put him on the bottom and put you on the top for them 2 seconds, it's enraging to them because it's a demon on them that has always teaching them that they are greater than you. And you are now crushing that demon and turning it the other way. This is a spiritual war as well as a carnal war. Right. You got to put both sides together and bring that force of the Most High through, and we're going to change the world just like our King told us to. One thing we can count on, our King never lied. He never lied. He took the first bullet and then said, look, just follow me. It's going to be fine. And that's all we need to do. Let's go, because I'm going to run out of town and keep talking.
Come.
Me and my yacht rocking in here now. Come on, you know.
The book of Esther.
Don't slog it. Come on with it, please.
The book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 2. It was found written that Mordecai had told Yahanna and Teresh two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus.
Right. See, he went to king is now who the Lord troubled. He going back looking at the records, and he find out, oh, this cat. I remember this cat. This cat be at the gate all the time. This cat Hammond always complaining about. But this cat turned around, man, and saved my life. Right. When two cats from the inside try to cut my throat. And that's why it's always good to remember the brothers that stood with you in righteousness. You wonder why I bring these generals up all the time? Because I was in some dire goddamn straits out there in D.C., brother. People was trying to kill us, stab us with needles, pull knives on us, calling the cops every week. Edomites putting us in the paper. Fine, I was getting fined $1,000 every week. It was stacking up my every time I went to the camp. I had a goddamn headache because they stacking every time I hit the camp. $1,000 fine, and I had a Jake do it too. And he trying to get all up in my face, like, yeah, you set that, you turn that mic on, it's $1,000 fine. Camp always set up. I got a couple of main soldiers with me. You understand? We down and out from the blows we done took. I got to say right in front of him, go on, turn it on, man. Go on, turn it on. I got fake Israelites coming down. You remember Shalmar? They coming down in van loads, lining up on me, telling me get up off the corner. Come on, man. Y'all know it. Oh, my God. Salam, you man. Oh, man. Yes. But I'm going to tell y'all, I ain't going to go into the story because we're doing this story, but I'm going to tell y'all, at the end of that whole scenario, that same Jake came back to that camp and apologized to my face when we went to court, won the case, crushed him, and he came back to me, man. At the end, he said, man, yo, man, I apologize, man. You know, you could tell the demon lifted up off him then because the demon was on him to wipe us out. But when he come back, the demon had lifted up off of him. And that's why I mention these generals, not just because they're good now, but they was good when there was a time for them not to be good. They was strong when there was a time where I would have had to understand if they was weak. I would have had to say, well, they're young. So that's why I got to accept that. But they was not weak. They was strong. The men that walk with you in this truth, don't never forget them. Don't never forget the good acts. That's why the Lord had to remind this heathen. He's so busy drinking and partying and doing all of that. He forgetting who was down with him. I know they got flaws. I know they got flaws. I know they got issues. I know there's times that issues come up, but they gold in my eyes. They gold in my eyes because they stood against with me when I was facing absolute goddamn death. And they didn't flinch. They didn't bend. They didn't retract. I tried to get them to back up and walk away. I tried to give them an out so that they wouldn't have to go through what I went through, because I was going to do it if it cost me my life. And they still with me, man, and they bad niggas, man. Y'all gonna get me upset tonight. Y'all gonna get me upset. You understand? Like, that's how we got to walk in this truth, man. Anyway, let's get back to the story. We'll talk about you niggas all night. Come on.
The book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 3. And the king said, what honor and dignity have been done to Mordecai for this?
See, he trying to be just in his kingdom. Like, what did we do for this cat? This cat went and saved my life. What did we do for him? Did we look out for him? Did we give him something? Go ahead.
Then said the king's servant that minister unto him, there is nothing done for him.
He crushed him. He crushed him. He said, we ain't do nothing for him. He saved your life. We ain't do nothing. Cut him. Cut him bad. And he knew he had to do something then. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house,
right,
to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him.
Go ahead.
Verse 5.
You see how he time everything? Just when this cat about to come to the king, the Lord get on this cat's spirit to make him remember more. Come, man. Did he hold his cat for saving his life? The Most High is poetic, beautiful, and every other thing you understand. So,
God, no, you right. You absolutely right. The scripture say it is. Goings of man are of the Lord. How can he then know his own way? The Lord controls your goings and everything you do. Your job is to obey the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments.
I'm right.
That's your job. The Lord is working it out, whether it looks good or bad. He's in the background working the whole thing the way it's supposed to go. Come on with it. I tell them where you are. You was gonna say something else. Okay, good.
The book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 5. And the king's servant said it to him, Behold, Haman standeth in the court, and the king said, let him come in. Verse 6. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do the honor more than to myself?
Right. The Lord will play them heathens, man, if you stand with him. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And Haman answered the king, for the man who the king delighted to honor. Verse 8. Let the royal apparel be brought which the king uses to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown which is set upon his head. Verse 9. And let his apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man with whom the king delights to honor, and bring him on a horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man who the king delighteth to honor. Verse 10.
Come on.
Hey, y'all see what's going on, right? Haman is so carnal, right? He think the king is talking about him. Yes. What shall I do to the man who I want to honor? Oh, shoot. King, you should do this and that. All the fly things. This should be done. But the Most High is working on work, man. The king talking about Mordecai, who he wants to kill. Or on the line, we on TikTok or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just poetic. I hope y'all see it. So,
no, you're right. It's absolutely amazing. Go ahead now. Like this story right here, this story should inspire every sister to say, I'm going to change my life and be a sister to the Lord.
Damn right.
I'm going to walk righteously. I'm going to be right. I'm going to get the counsel I need. I'm gonna work with my husband, man. I'm gonna. It ain't gonna be easy, damn it. Life ain't easy. Life ain't fair. It's not gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to fight. You ain't gonna get no kingdom if you ain't gonna at least make the righteous decision when the pressure is on. You're not gonna. What you expected the Lord got to make the decision for you also? You can't make the right judgment calls so that you can walk with him. He got to do that for you too. Remember what the scripture says in Revelation. The kingdom of heaven as if a man walked on a road with fire on one side, water on the other. You got to be tried through this fire. You can't just have the whole daggone thing. Be strong. Fight for it. It's beautiful. And the Lord is in the working of it. You understand? We proof of it in here because Lord knows, like I mentioned earlier, where we was grounded from was the death of deaths. And the Lord raised this nation up because of these brothers, General Muhammad, General Maya, all the brothers, the captains coming in, y'all all coming in now, and we still at the beginning of this nation. You imagine what this is going to be, man, in about 2 seconds. It's going to be everything in 2 seconds, man. Go ahead, Salah.
Khan. The book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 10. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse, as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that has spoken.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse and arrayed Mordecai.
And the Most High, so he had to go array the cat he hated the most. Like he had like that shit cut him inside, brother. He had to go put them royal garments on the one cat that he just finished saying, with everything I got, it mean nothing because this cat won't bow to me. And he walked up in there, and the king, he said, now go put that royal garment on him, march him through the, and he can't say, no, this the king. You don't want to get caught up. He got to do what the king say. He mad as hell. Most High know how to crush your heathens out. You understand? You worried about the power of Esau and the weapons of Esau. None of that matters. What matters is what's inside you to serve the Most High. Like what was inside Mordecai is what delivered the children of Israel. What was inside Esther is what helped deliver the children of Israel. That's what's important. What's important is what's in you.
I'm right.
What you decide you're gonna be as a man of God and a sister of God. What are you going to decide? And once you decide it, that's when you're a problem for this evil empire. Go ahead, give me more.
Khan. And brought him on horseback through the street of the city and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor. Verse 12, and Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning